Okay. I think everything's good to go. Let's do it. Actually, before I should probably launch the game. Okay. Just waiting for it to load up. I should try making a boat. To be fair, I don't have any like really large bodies of water in my other game. Or this game for that matter. Well, in this game that I know of. Actually, I do kind of know of one. Oh, the reason I'm saying I should build a boat is because the title screen is a boat. Okay, where are we at? I know it's getting dorker. Okay, so we're just gonna go through the motions with those and replace them as time goes by. I think I have enough for another thing. I'm just, oh yeah. So I need to just go and get a bunch more chalk, which is, yay, mining. Actually, chalk could be, hold on. Yeah, chalk gravel at different points. Okay, you can make cobblestone and brick out of chalk. Okay, and dry stone. Good. That actually makes me want to work with it. Lead and copper. Interesting. I need to make a... generally, I make... getting some things too cold. Yeah. Onions. Which I think can only go down to, like, yeah, a -1. But rye should be good. Parsnips. Hopefully I can get those. I definitely planted some stuff too late in my other game. And so I'm, like, really worried about losing a bunch of ingredients. I mean, a boat, if I built channels, these could work. But none of these are, like, so gigantic to where it's worth, I feel like, building a giant boat. Like, maybe over here. Maybe that'll extend. I want to head south, but... So we're at calm rift activity, that's good. King of the mountain. Okay. I should definitely go and make a spare knife and stuff. Okay. It looks off to me for some reason. Also, when winter comes around, I'm totally going to redesign my farm to take up a large portion of this lake. Well, not a large portion. I've also learned some things about making farms, and that it really is better just to have 2 lines of 2 so you don't have to worry as much about watering it. Okay. So I do want to see if I can find more anathracite. Apparently an anthracite is a type of... Or sorry, anthracite is a type of coal. But I find it interesting that I've got chromite. Yeah, chromite is the stuff that makes chromium tan stuff, which kind of sucks. So that means you need steel, because they're tier 4. They require tier 4 to break, which is steel. But how do I make a boat? Okay. Whatever. It might be worth actually using the gravel method or the flint method for the first few iron items. Because iron stuff just lasts so much longer. But yeah, I'm gonna go and just mine a whole bunch of, probably should have grabbed the spare pickaxe, but oh well. A bunch of, cassiterite and that sort of stuff. And copper. For now. Okay. Let's have the shield just in case I hear a growl. So I need to go that way for copper, although that also has copper. That could have been worse. Okay. I am worried a little bit about how this kind of series is going because I'm spending a lot of time on it. Honestly, because life kind of sucks and it's just kind of a great escape. I like kind of very grindy games. But relax. I mostly just want the seeds right now. Running into the darkness. Who knows what I'll see? Running into the darkness. Will I find death, or will death find me? I don't think either of those are good, actually, now that I think about it. I was trying to, like, think of a neat little, like, mini poem or something. Already marked it. Oh, here we are. Yeah, here's some good copper. Honestly, if I do, I really need to start prepping for like D&D stuff. It's just, I know that's probably going to be what get me going on YouTube and stuff, because it's already been some of my better content is D&D related stuff. However, it just, yeah, I don't know. It's just like work sucks right now, and honestly, part of me is even like thinking about like trying to find a new job because my boss has been just such a dick. It's just heavy scrutinization of all my work, despite the fact that I'm actually working really fucking hard right now because there's just a lot to do. And then it's like, oh, you didn't complete this one thing I told you to do, despite the fact that you did complete the thing I told you to do 2 days ago. Well, fuck you. You're not working hard enough. It's like, that's basically how I feel right now when it comes to work. It's like, I'm literally doing what you're telling me to do, and it's like I've got like a few bosses, basically. I've got my boss, who's like the current CEO and the the president of the company. It's a small company; it's like 7 people, and his son, who's currently like the vice president. I actually really am starting to like the son a lot more. I was very skeptical of him at first because like a lot of people just kind of didn't like him in the office. Then I realized he's kind of just a person who's like very practical. So it kind of works pretty well. So what kind is this? This is poor. So it's not super efficient, but it's fine. So, and I think it's because my boss is kind of stressed out. Even though the company is doing absolutely fine, we're making a profit, we're not losing money. My boss is still concerned about the fact that we've lost several large companies that have been very consistent. And there's a chance we're going to lose another soon. Like, we haven't heard anything back from this company that's currently an evaluation of new bids. Like, they set stuff up for bids, which basically means you have to submit like how you're going to price them, and then they'll evaluate, you know, okay, well, we'll take a look at how this goes and we'll get back to you. That's fine, you know, like I have a feeling we're gonna win the bid because there's just not much reason to not win it. Let's also go and check out some cassiterite. Cassiterite. Actually, let's mine 2 more and then do that. We'll get a stack. Also, that cleans up that row. Perfect. So, it's just... And then there was him calling me out, rightfully so, for leaving 15 minutes early without telling anyone. And I really did only leave, like, he's like, I got here 15 minutes before closing and you weren't here. And I'm like, I apologized. But I still kind of felt like he was still just kind of like, you know, I don't want to say... Oh, hi, friend. I just forgot to say something. He wasn't there, and I just kind of figured he wouldn't be back in time. And I can admit, shouldn't have done that. But I also didn't need to chew me out like I was a petulant child. Oh. Which I found very annoying. Now I think about it, like, I've had several dreams in the past, like, week being like, you know, me getting back at him in weird ways. It's been weird. But, yeah. Yeah, let's go back to consider. I just want to see. Okay. South is a little bit better, so if I am going to explore a bit... Yeah, so... But, yeah, there's just kind of this thing where it's all like, I don't appreciate how I'm being treated, because, in all honesty, I'm not, like, you know, I'm doing really good work, and he's just completely not recognizing any of it. And I left 15 minutes early with a legitimate reason that I would have told him had he been there. It was just, you know, when I apologized, I'm like, you know, it was my intention to disrespect you, but, and I did apologize. I just feel like his handling of it. And, you know, he chewed me out for taking a sick day when I was completely within my right to do so. You know, and then he's been getting on my case about wearing headphones, which he has not explicitly stated I'm not allowed to. He just says things like, oh, what is your... No, you can't... oh, what do I have to do to get you to stop wearing those? And he's like, oh, yeah, that's unprofessional attire. And like, stuff like that. I'm just like, dude... You can tell me not to wear them or something, or not to listen to stuff. It'll be to your detriment. I actually tried it for 2 days just because... after, you know, I made that mistake. And the only mistake was that I didn't tell anyone. And I think he thought, because when he called, it was like, and to say he wouldn't be coming back, it was, you know, at 3:15. So if he thought I left at that point, I could see him getting really mad about it. But it wasn't that. I really did leave only like 15 minutes ahead of time. Which in my mind is totally within reason. Which I do all the, like, I've done a lot. I've just, and that's the other thing too. My coworker, who's been there longer, and that's why I feel like I've just been really under scrutiny. Well, sometimes just leave early. I've noticed that. And she just says, okay, I mean, obviously the boss is there. When she said, and she just says bye, but he doesn't comment. But when I've done that once, I did that once, you know, and he like, it's like, what? Wait, it's not time yet. Ugh. I don't get the weird, I just feel very, like, I'm not paid enough for this, you know, like, if you want to make me out to be your chew toy, you can pay me more for it, but... I'm just getting so tired of basically being chewed out. Like, when I first got this job, he was, like, impressed with me. Because of just how much better I was than my predecessor. But now it's all like, I'm doing 5 times as much. And, oh no, he asked me to do, like, 3 unique things in honestly impossible time frames. I complete them, and suddenly it's all like... And then the next day it's like, oh, this other thing failed because you're busy doing that. And you are now a day late, which doesn't fucking matter at all for this thing that's like, oh, I like to have this done 4 days ahead of time. I'm like, it was like 90% done. And I had literally worked to make it really easy to like complete if my coworker needed it at that point. So she, you know, so she can like, it'll be fine. She knows how to complete it. She knows how to finish up the last little bit, and she only needed it for 2. She even told me it wasn't that big of a problem, but then he, like, was like, oh, you should go and apologize to her. And I'm just like, really? That's the kind of attitude you're gonna have about this? I know you like to have pricing done, like, 4 days into the month. But there's only but, like, I decided to take a sick day, and now you're chewing me out for that. And it was a mental health sick day, you know? I mean, he's 85, so it's like... I need to talk. I feel like I just need to talk to the son and just basically be like, hey, how much do you value me as an employee? And maybe that's the way to go about it. Honestly. You know, just talk to the son and basically be like, hey, you know, I'm gonna have a hard time here. I feel like I'm being kind of, you know, Mr. C is taking out his home. Like, it's very clear, Mr. C is what I call him. Mr. C, and is my boss, by the way. It's like, hey, it's very clear Mr. C is freaking out over junk. Something, and here's my personal interpretation. This has all been very recent, like within the past 2 months. So nothing like, no crazy period of time. It's not like it's been the heavy scrutinization and stuff. It's ever been since I took that sick day. I feel like it's been taking something out on me. And that's really what it comes down to. I feel like something else is bothering him. Without knowing his home life, my only guess is he feels like the company is having issues because we lost a bunch of big clients, big customers. But at the same time, we've also got a couple of big customers recently. So it's just, yeah, they're new and that makes them more tentative and therefore not like solid and not guaranteed to be, you know, big successes. But at the same time, you know, what are you gonna, like, this happens, you know? It's not like my predecessor who literally cost you 500 million in lawsuits because she, you know, screwed up horribly. If anything, that's the thing. I've saved them like $250, or sorry, $2,500 a month based on all the extra tasks I've taken up. Like, that's how efficient I am. So it's just, I'm so annoyed at work right now. That's why I need to talk to the son. Because he has long-term plans, and I actually feel like they involve me. He basically directly said as much. Well, he indirectly said as much, I shouldn't say. I should say. I shouldn't say he directly said as much. He indirectly said as much. Because basically what he said was, like, you know, after Mr. C's gone from the business, which is, you know, either dies or, you know, becomes too infirm to actually help, you know, I plan to pour less resources into, like, Mr. C's idea is, oh, maybe we should hire a new person, you know? Like, oh, if you're being overwhelmed, hire a new person. And my thought is, if you pay me more money, I'd probably be more inclined to get stuff done faster. You know? Like, my big problem is that I'm constantly... What hit me? Oh, there you are. Like, I'd be more inclined to, work hard. Like... That really is it is funny how that actually works. Like, so many bosses think, oh, you need to prove yourself, and then we pay you more. But in reality, sometimes the amount you pay, it depends on the person, obviously. But sometimes just paying someone more will motivate them to do better. You have to be very careful with that. I'm not going to say that works all the time. In fact, I would say it actually is a select few number of people who that works for really well. I would be one of them. I have a very strong sense of loyalty. The more investment you put into me, the more investment I'm willing to put back. If I feel like I'm being mistreated, that sense of loyalty will decrease significantly. You know? So, I mean, for me, that's a big thing, but... Oh yeah, I think I already got all that. I just like to mark them. So, that's something. So, part of me just wants to talk to the sun, figure things out, but that's just a whole nother thing to do. I still really want to catch up on all the work. I mean, I'm not behind, it's just stuff that I need to do is stacking up, because every time something new comes around, it's like, okay, well, I guess I need to add that to my list, and, you know, that list keeps, every time I knock a few things off of, like, every time I knock, like, 3 things off, 4 things get added, and that's kind of how it's been over the past, you know, few months. Which is why I've been, and then, you know, occasionally I'll knock 3 off, and, you know, only 2 will get added, but in reality I've been, you know, and I don't mind taking on the extra work, as long as they understand that it's like, and this is the big thing. I actually saw something, it was, I forget what the channel is called, the YouTube channel, but it's like the people with like the mushroom and the pigeon, who do a bunch of work type jokes, and, you know, something just stuck with me in one of those videos, which is like, I'm saving PDFs, not lives. And that's really what I feel like, is my boss acts like every time I make a small mistake, I've killed someone. And I'm like, dude, like, literally none of our customers are unhappy. I just, you know, we're not behind on anything, like, overall. Like, I say I'm getting behind, but it's like, oh, cool, I have a giant pile on my desk. Well, I haven't had time to go through the pile. But all the actual work's getting done. The pile doesn't actually matter. You know? That's the truth. It's like, who cares that I have a pile on my desk? Why is that annoying you? Who cares that I'm listening to headphones? I'm getting your fucking work done. Yeah, I've been a little depressed because of all of this. It's just been, I'm just so done with all of this. It's just such a pain. It's such a pain to be doing a good job and being chewed out for it. Okay. So if I can make one more batch of tin, I need to find more cassiterite before I can do more, but, so let's do that, and we'll make some more copper. Alright, okay, I remember how that works now. What's going on? I need the hammer. I'll have a backup just in case. No, I need one more. Okay. There we go. I can use this for now, and then I'll put those away. Let me also... Why do I have a bunch of reeds? When did I get those in my inventory? Anyway. I also need to make an actual base in this game, but that's just going to take a lot of resource gathering to make sure I have everything I need for that. You. And there we go. Charcoal. Definitely need to go and make more of that. And you. I should look for some sphalerite. I really need to just start getting like mines of all the different metals. Also, I need to search more up here for more cassiterite, because this clearly shows down here that there's probably more over here. Maybe. Like, even though it goes down, it can go back up. It's a heat map, not a, like, this way seems like a bad idea, but this way seems like a good idea. Especially since there's a lot more, there's a word that's in my brain that I can't think of. Oh yeah, like, I think granite is getting more prominent over here. Also gonna want the tongs. Let's grab those. How do I do my candles? Oh yeah, 7 candles. Okay, so I can make a lot more of. Also, if I get some good quartz with gold, I can potentially make these even brighter to maximize them, because lantern, because you got, if you add oh yeah, you can do, so quartz is 18 and so is panes. You have to get to iron before you can make glass, I learned. But then you can make it even brighter by adding gold. Or silver. Or sorry, gold or electrum. But I've not found a lot of gold in this game before. Electrum should be 50-50. Yeah, about 50-50. I'm actually curious what I have in the... Yeah, only 2 of each. Yeah. If you get 20 of each, you could, in theory, make enough for an Electrum plate, but... I would basically want the one I hold to be Electrum, though. You can do color stuff as well. I think you're gonna have different stuff, but I'm fine with copper for now. Gold lantern with a gold interior. Steel. There's no reason to make stuff out of steel or meteorokine. Meteorokine is cool because it's white, but yeah. Yeah, bronze pick. Iron Age. Yeah, you have to bloomery stuff. Then you need fire clay. Which, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, so you need powdered calcinized, so you can get with one, actually, wait, how many calcinized flint? To grind calcinized flint, you have to cook flint. So that just makes 1. And then, so each flint gets you 2 bricks worth of fire clay bricks. Which is, oh, I should get the, which isn't bad. Not great either, but it's not bad. Yeah. That's gonna take a while. I'm just gonna make a bunch of... I'm gonna keep copper for Lamellar. I do need to make a bunch more lamelle, because I don't think I really have any. This game also does expect you to explore a lot, which is its own thing. Which is honestly kind of hard in this game to do, because you almost need to... Because it's hard to carry around fruits and vegetables in sufficient quantities for exploration. But like that's the hardest part about exploration is food. Basically, is what I'm trying to get at. Making a lot of food is difficult, and like being able, because you can bring along a shit ton of crooks that are all sealed to last a long time, but you know. Wait, what? You're not sealed. You know what? I'll just eat you then. Because I got one serving left to you. It'll be what I eat at home. You can go back in here. Sure, I'll just put you there. Oh, I've got a lot of stuff. I need to make... Oh, did I... Yeah, I did. Okay, I got a bunch more peat. So now with all this meat... Definitely need to... make a bunch of crooks. Crooked stuff. I'm a little tired today. I woke up a bit late. Or early, I should say. Just didn't fall back to sleep. Like I said, my dream last night was kind of a pain. Nah. I do need to stick around for this to finish, but after that, we'll probably go and get some clay. Oh, you finished. Oh, right, I need to scrape it. How am I on leather? I've got a decent amount of leather. Part of me kind of wants to use this to make paper. Because you can only use small ones to make paper. So I'll leave that for now. I'll fill this up. Got a bit of time left on you. I'm gonna be honest, a goal of mine will be to probably resettle wherever iron ends up being a good idea. Why are these chunks like this? Yeah, that's definitely a chunk border. Interesting. Oh, I bet there's something like updating. That's why. In the same way like these are like this. So I'm like, this is probably the extent that I rediscovered with the different type, and then this is beyond, if I had to guess, where I changed the map back and forth. I also need to get to a point where I can make more This is just chopping down a lot of trees. Now that I have some good axes, or I can have access to bronze, I can actually cut those down without too much of a problem. Give me 1 second. Okay. Just wanted to blow my nose, so I'm not sniffling as much. Okay, we should be pretty close. I don't think I'm going to need the rest of that. Maybe she showed a percentage. There we go. And pour. 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 You know, my financial status, you know, I don't need to be telling you all of you my financial status. That's why am I doing that? I don't know. Moving out is honestly half the best and half the worst thing ever, because, you know, it is in a way. I'm 30. I don't want to live with my fucking parents anymore. What is funny is, like, you know, my coworker has 2 children. You know, I talk about her sometimes. She's got 2 children who both live with her, but they're still in their 20s. I think one of them's like 19, the other one's like 20. Something like that. So they're not like super old by comparison. To me, specifically. So that chisel, I need another kniffy. I'll do that another day. Still got like 64. Yeah, that's enough for a few rabbits if I need to. Let's go get some more clay. Get wrecked. Didn't I find clay around here somewhere? That's gravel. Yeah, I don't think that is actually salt. Okay, so I'm gonna go that way. Yeah, so I do need to go. This is kind of my highway through this area anyway. Killing rabbits is so much easier when you can one-shot them. Must have broke. There we go. Yeah, that's my normal superhighway. Took a bit of a detour, but it's fine. Should have brought the extra shovel. Get wrecked. Oh, I forgot my torch lantern. Oh well. That should not be the end of the world, because I don't plan to be out here for too long. Just get a bunch of clay and then move on. Of course, the clay has to be underwater. That actually prevents me from going in. But interesting. Well, let's just get this stuff then for now. The stuff that'll be easier. It's not in water. I just noticed that that falls like gravel. Or it will actually, like, go to the side. Although not completely like gravel. Oh, yay, more water. Itchy eye. So yeah, if you're curious where I'm at in life, that's kind of what's going on with me. I am referring to the thing I was talking about, like, literally, like, 30 minutes ago. But, yeah. You know, part of me, like I said, with the way things currently are, I almost want to go and, like, start looking for a new job. However, I also know, because it's driven mostly by weird emotions, or something like that with my boss, it's not going to be permanent. At least I hope it doesn't permanently damage, you know, the relationship. I also know that the headphones thing is very much based off, like, an attitude of his wife. His wife is so weird when it comes to, like, workplace etiquette. It's like, if you are not observing the holy position of staring at your screen 24/7, you are being a terrible employee. She's got a very weird mentality towards all of that. Or I should say very old school mentality. And I was thinking of going until this shovel broke, because it was getting low, but man, I'm getting pretty full up on... It's kind of funny, because my boss... Well, no, that's not entirely true. I was about to say my boss makes about as much as I do, but there's a few reasons that's not entirely true. On paper, he does. The problem is his is post-taxes. So he makes basically post-taxes about as much as I make pre-taxes. Which is a whole nother thing. I hate taxes. Like, I actually very much do have the idea that, you know, taxes are important part of the government process. And I'm like, I actually really don't mind the idea of taxes. But right now, like, when you look at the comparison with, like, my boss, who basically, because he does everything through the business, it's like he, you know, a lot of his stuff isn't taxed. You know, like, he has his cars as business expenses, you know, and I'm like, and stuff like that. You know, and other... He pays for his, you know, home security because it's bundled with his work security, or, you know, it's through the same company. Okay, I definitely need to stop because I am full. 10 durability. Can I do it? And other stuff. And then it's like, he makes, you know, about the same amount as I do. But then he also, like, owns his home. I pay rent, you know. And I think that's honestly what pisses me off most about more California, is that there's like no... You get no tax reduction for renting. Despite the fact that, you know, it's like... Renting generally means you're very low income and stuff. You know, there are upsides and downsides to renting. I've heard actually some stuff about that. That bush looked like something, and it scared me for a second. What that something was, I don't know. It just looked like it could be something. Yeah. But then, like, yeah, so he makes about as much as I do per paycheck, pre-taxes. Also, he's got such a weird way of... He wants us... there's just so many, like, odd, old-school things that he does in the way that things work. And I'm just like, I'm so tired of all of this. You know, I want the more modern way of doing things. Nobody cares if you have headphones on while you're working. Like, literally... That's the thing. If you actually look at the boss, he actually has headphones on a lot. He has little earbuds in while he's, like, listening to stuff on his computer. And it's like, okay, would you rather me listen to stuff out loud, you know? Like, I feel like it's more intrusive to, like, other people's stuff. You know, I'm just not sure what he thinks that accomplishes beyond his wife's idea, basically, that it's... you know... you know, about professionalism. Let's try making some fire clay. Because I'm, you know, I could dig around more. Actually, are there any caves around the anthracite? Anthracite? It could be a cave around here somewhere. Potentially. That kind of looks like a cave. And then you've also got this cave. But I feel like that's a little too far south. I haven't got it as far as over there. I'm almost certain that's a cave. I should try going down over there and see if I can find some stuff. Definitely need to cook some of that. I might want to start up Multiple... So let's move these over to wood. We just don't have the room for them in there. Okay. You know, I'm gonna take a break. I also realized I forgot to run ads at the beginning, so I'll do that during this break. So let's... So something I can do. I can mute that, so you guys aren't hearing that. I need to remember to turn that back on, and I can turn the music back on. And let's turn on the timer. And then come over here to you. Oh, apparently an ad. I can't run an ad right now. Well, we'll see where that ends up later. I'll be back. Okay. We're back. And let's go back to the game. Pause the music. Go back to the game. There we go. There we go. Yeah, and you got home life where every moment I haven't been thoroughly exhausted, I've been, yeah, I've just had a lot of, time, I guess. I've had a lot of chores I've needed to do that I just haven't been able to get done. Basically. Still need to get my car smog checked. So let's take some flint. I want to figure this out. Can I just use peat? I'm also going to have to grind it, so I'm going to have to get... What am I doing? One stack at a time. Ooh, okay, never mind. That's not gonna work. I am gonna need coal of some kind. Because that only goes up to 900. So let's see how fast this goes. I'm curious once it gets up to the right temperature. So I'm probably gonna need you. Hopefully it doesn't have to, like, go up on each one. It's not too bad. There is darkness. I definitely need to... Something I'm going to do. Oops. Actually didn't mean to do that. I wanted to break it. And move it. That's fine. And then what I wanted to do... I need an open hand. There we go. I wanted to create more fire pits, so I can do more fire pit stuff all at the same time. Okay, that doesn't... I'm not going to need that then. Well, no, I actually still will. Hammers. Coming. Unfortunate. Still not enough. Do a full 25. Or 24, I should say. So, we'll just stick with whatever. But that's not gonna work. There we go. The more even it is, the faster it heats up, that's why. I'm just gonna let that keep going. Although... then... we're also going to want to cook some food. Actually, 3... There we go. So the peat? Yes, I do. Nope. There we go. Hopefully I have enough charcoal to go around. To do all of the junk. I guess we're gonna have to get these out again. I need 18. 8, 8, and 2. I need to be more efficient. With junk. Still kind of late. There we go. I want to make a few more lanterns. Just part of the reason I'm making copper. I mean, copper is still useful also for... What's interesting is I actually feel like I should limit the amount of bronze I make, because bronze actually becomes a lot less useful. I should make a mining bag. Do I have the stuff to do this? Hold on. Yeah. That's just a linen sack. I already got backpacks. I'm gonna figure that. I'm not gonna be able to finish that up. I should be able to make 2 plates with that amount of heat. I'll do that. Okay. Are you coming along? Good. Boop, boop, boop. Go. Now that's going. Multitasking. That's how you handle this game. A lot of tedious things. Keeping track of everything is almost oddly better. Plate. What am I doing? There we go. This is usually how we do it. I wish it was kind of instant, so you don't have to wait for the animation if that were the case, I probably wouldn't mind this activity as much. Like, I understand that it's like... But if you're gonna just do precise hits, I don't see why you shouldn't just let it be that way. Make sure you're doing alright. Okay, you're doing alright. You're fine. Okay. You generally need only one mining bag. And the idea of the mining bag is just to hold rocks and other stuff, but you get a lot more inventory space with it. Okay, as far as I can tell, this is the most efficient way to make a plate. I haven't done the math. There's probably someone who will do the math to figure out, like, oh, this is the most optimal way to make a plate. But as far as I can tell, this is optimal enough. Okay, I might want to hold off for a second so I can get this when it's ready. So let me get the last. There we go. You still got a bit of way to go. Plate. Okay, layer 1, side 1, layer 2, side 1, layer 3. Side 4, layer 1. Side 3, layer 1. Side 3, layer 2. Side 4, layer 2. How you doing? You're pretty close, actually. Probably don't need that anymore, so you can go there. Might want to stop you at 32, just because. Okay. Pouring out copper. Okay, once this is done, I'm just going to take this out. I want to keep a little bit, just in case. I have a feeling this is going to drop too low. put you away. Hi, friend. And you are going to be done here in a second. And then I'll just finish my plates. And then I'll have had quite a productive night. Side 2, layer 1. Side 2, layer 2. Side 2, layer 3. Side 3, layer 2. Side 4, layer 2. Side 4, layer 3. Side 3, layer 3. Side 3, layer 4. Side 4, layer 3, no, layer 4. My weird naming scheme for the purpose of weird commentary is being whatever. I get rid of little dick and then we're good. Okay. So now, mining bag, which has 12 slots versus 6, so it has double the slots. So the idea is that it has double the slots, but they can only be used for some stuff. Such as rocks. So it's very good if you go out mining. If you're going out venturing, then it's not as good, but yeah. It's actually got a very good function. When did my hammer break? Definitely need to make a new one. I also wanted to make like some knives and stuff, but I'm very low on charcoal, so it's probably gonna have to be my next task is to get more charcoal. Which means I'm gonna put, nope, these away. Still dark. Okay. Let's put the charcoal away. Calcinized flint. I need more stuff than that. Or I need to do another step. Do I have... Yeah, no, I only have chert rock. Do I have granite? Apparently not. Definitely gonna want to go and remedy that at some point. Hey, only one at a time. Thought I made myself very clear. There you go, let's carve some of you up. Do I have a spare? I do not have a spare weapon. So I really only have one more shot at blacksmithing, and if I do, I think what I need, I think I do need to use it until I'm more charcoal. I make a sword. Unless I have a spare sword, let me actually check. I don't think so, though. Nope. I'm gonna use that, so I'm gonna want a hammer. How are you doing? Getting there. So we need a hammer, a sword, a knife. I feel like the safest next thing would be another axe. I was more looking at what time it was, but, you know, you can be a dick all you want. So knife, sword, axe, hammer. Knife. Sword will take the longest, so we'll do that last. Hammer. Clip, clip. And then now X. And lastly will be hammer. No, sword. And if I'm not mistaken about the sword, it actually requires, like, all the stuff. Whoops. Let's do this real fast. Yeah, I haven't gotten... You can't tell I haven't really tried to make this efficiently before. Well, I have, I just haven't figured it out. Well, let's see. Oh, I forgot one. Whatever, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, it requires a lot. You only cut out 2. Okay. So, let's put you here. You there. Put an axe away. Another axe will stay on me. You guys will go in there for now. Same with you. Let me get 1, 2, 3, 4. Fat. There we go. Some extra stuff stored. Get you for the road. Back up you, back up you. Actually, let's grab you. As a backup. Backups of all of you are ready. And we'll get the health on the bar. Also gonna go and do some tree stuff. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Should probably grab shears, though. And backup shears. Since this is for firewood, it really doesn't matter what I do with this, or what I chop. The seeds? Oh well. Although I'm gonna try and stick to birch, because that actually has other uses. Okay, we're gonna call that good enough. I'm actually curious if you can hear the air conditioning going on. I noticed something wasn't working right with my sound, and I just decided to roll with it and see how it worked. It does seem like you can hear it, though. Got another birch over here. Okay. That's definitely not even close to enough wood. Give me seeds, or give me death. Got one seed. But not of the kind of tree I was looking for. There we go. Now we can chop you. There's also appears to be a seed right down here. I have a spare! Guess we're gonna be more onto maple for a bit. My spare shears broke, but my spare axe is about to kick in. There we go. I definitely need to go up and get a bunch more larch too, but I want to do that for building purposes, so it's going to be a little bit different criteria, I guess you could say. But I need more charcoal because, let's be real, the amount of charcoal I have is almost gone. I've been kind of lucky in my other game to where I've barely had to use my charcoal. Well, I made a much smaller initial batch, but I haven't even gone through it all because I've been really lucky with finding a bunch of coal. Like, I literally keep running into it on accident. It's actually pretty crazy. So I have a good amount of bituminous coal and a heck of a lot of brown coal. Okay. That almost spelt disaster. Sure, we'll go with that as a pun. We'll call that funny. It wasn't funny. I also need to really start getting resin as much as possible, because I have learned that you really just need to start harvesting it a lot, because it takes a while to grow back, and I think it takes like it takes like a few days. Okay. We're good there. Probably just chop down a few, and I've got plenty of spare seeds. Yeah, you can definitely hear the air conditioning. My noise cancellation, I guess, is kind of still worth it, at least to a degree. So I really like high contrast builds. And this made me really love maple and larch together. Not maple. Walnut. And larch. I feel like they make a very pretty combo. You've got that almost like purplish dark gray combined with the that almost stark white. Wonderful. Wonderful combo. Guess we'll do you real fast because you're kind of short. We'll probably head back. Have I found a maple? I feel like I marked one somewhere. If I did, it would have been over here-ish. Walnut, I mean, yeah, there's a walnut. That'll be a good one to go get in the winter time, although... yeah, I'm definitely going to want to get it at some point, but it's going to be hard to properly handle. Because I'm not going to be able to really grow it for a bit. I already have a bit of larch. There's some maple as well. That to you. And we'll start chopping. Yeah, that's still going good. Okay. Hopefully this is enough. I think it should be. Didn't really count. Let's see, 1, 2. Nope, this isn't enough. Dang. So I need 5 more stacks of 16. If I want to use all this wood, I could, but I don't want to because winter is a great time for getting Hide. I just want to go check on the farm real fast. Hopefully there isn't a, I mean, I know there's some rift activity last night, but it seems to be okay tonight, so we'll go. Okay, we got some stuff done. Yeah, these are gonna be a bit of a problem. Okay, you're doing good. Okay, these should definitely be ready in a day or two, which is good. I have a bad feeling about the rye, but not much I can do about it at this point. It's getting... yeah, it's already November. I planted these way too late. Still getting the hang of when to plant. Because that's the thing, it says like 18 days, but it's usually like twice as long. And 18 days is like 3 months. Like, what is it for... okay, 18 days, but it can go up to -12. But in some ways, even a reduced yield is better, because at least it'll always drop a seed. Even with a reduced yield. But if you break them early, just because, to uproot them, because you're not going to get much out of it, it might actually end up being worse. So it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing sometimes. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need more wood, so hold off on that for now. Put you down here as well, since I'm not generally going too far from base right now. I'll just grab things one at a time, like you. Oh, that's the wrong one. I wanted to grab that one. Oh well. Well, with the fact that there doesn't seem to be... the rift activity is pretty calm, let's head back out and do more. Actually, I also grab my seeds again. I also grab pine as well, just in case I do some pine. Come back up here. Okay, back to the forest area. So this one never regrew mushrooms, so I'm just gonna plant a new one here and see if that works. But we're gonna have to wait till next year anyway, so whatever. Next year being next year in game. Okay. Well, good to get a bunch. And do a little jog around. Make sure I got all the stuff off the floor. Chop off that little tiny guy. Okay. And more maple. Only got one stack. Actually, something I should do is check out, first look around to see if there's any more mushrooms. See if I can see about clearing some of the stuff by that river, or by the edge of the water that's really annoying to pass by. And actually just, you know, get rid of them rather than replanting them. Plant one of you over there, and one of you over there. Because it can be really annoying that all this stuff is here. Let's do that. Let's go along the river and chop down some trees. Is there a bear nearby? Because bears will go after anything. Wolves tend to just go after smaller prey like rabbits and foxes. Which isn't wholly accurate if you really think about it. Because wolves tend to like to hunt in packs and go after large prey. And bears are more opportunistic and therefore won't attack generally hunt something unless it's like really needed. and they're really desperate. And therefore will probably more likely, you know, kill small things. So it's kind of reversed to reality. Hello. Thanks for the jump scare. I swear, it like literally, I mean, it's not even that loud. It's just the fact that it's there that scares me. That it's... Oh, the dings? Yeah, I made it so you can't hear the dings anymore, because I realized that might be annoying. Still jump scares me, though. Felt it wasn't the best just to have these random dings. Honestly, it wasn't even it wasn't even intentional that you heard the dings in the first place. I thought it was quiet. It was just a script on my end of sound, properly setting up the sound. I thought I had made it quiet, but now it just jump scares me and not everyone. That annoys me. So we're going to put some dirt right here. Okay. So I tend to follow the river. I want to... Yeah, so this one I'm not replanting. I want to make my travels up north a little bit easier by cutting everything along the path. Fine. A little kind of just tired, very mildly depressed, you know, just trying to get... Work has been a pain. More because of the environment. I had a whole rant earlier on about how, you know, my boss has been kind of a butt lately. And I'm hoping it's not permanent and not like a full-on change of how he sees me or something. Because that'd suck. I don't know. I just feel like he's been really on my case and really scrutinizing everything I do, and I'm just like... So... And as I said earlier, too, I honestly think it has a lot to do with, I think he's just stressing over things, which I think is what it really comes down to. But I don't like it being taken out on me. It's not right. Oh no, it's definitely more recent. I wouldn't even call it sudden, it was kind of gradual. You know, he's just been kind of getting a little bit more nitpicky lately. And not just with me, apparently, but I feel like it's been more focused on me. I think it's a mixture of the fact that we've kind of lost a few really good customers. Yeah. Because we've lost a few good customers. I feel like his wife wife has probably been on his case a lot about something, probably honestly the same kind of thing. So she's probably been taking it out on him. It's just annoying sometimes. So it's just kind of been a bit of a pain. Okay, I'm pretty full up on space, so we'll head back. Yeah. So it's just been making me, like, not happy, because it's like, I mean, it's really annoying when you work really hard and then suddenly scrutinizes you for failing to complete one task, even though you completed the task, like, oh, yeah, well, you told me to do this, and so I did that, but then you told me to do this yesterday, and now you're mad that I completed this before that, despite the fact that you told me to do that 2 days ago, and that the other thing, and the second thing to do yesterday, but you got mad that I completed the first thing before the second thing. You know, it's like, without specifying, you know, which one you wanted to be done first, is basically, like, how it's been. It's just been, like, yeah, so it's just been kind of scrutiny, and then he's, like, been, like, complaining about things, like, he's complaining about me wearing headphones, and I'm just like, well, I have ADD, so music is very helpful for helping me focus. If you want me to, like, cut my productivity in half, then sure, I can take my headphones off, but... so it's just been a lot of weird little things. I mean... that actually doesn't help. The problem is when it's in one of those things, he can tell me to do the other thing first, and then still get mad at me. It's just not. So I'm just kind of getting really done with everything right now. Like, part of me's like, if this continues much longer, maybe I should start looking for a new job. Like, seriously, it's getting that annoying. I need to talk to his son. I should say my other boss, because there's the big boss, which is Mr. C, who's 85. So he's very old school, and that's why it's all like, there's certain things that I'm like, okay, sure. But then you got his son, who's primed to take over the business, and he is pretty chill. I actually, you know, you know, it really is a thing. You know, it's like, he's complaining about things that, like, literally don't matter sometimes. Yeah, that should be enough. I mean, you know, like, because that's the thing. I feel like he started scrutinizing me first, I think, because what happened was I took a mental health day. Like, I literally just called it that. And I probably shouldn't have. I probably should just said I was sick. But no, I said I need a mental health day, so I took a day off. And he got so mad at me over that. Like, you know, maybe you should have been taking you should have been making sure you took breaks. You know, have you tried not listening to you're using your headphones? Maybe that'll help you. You know, like, he's had this weird fixation with my headphones. You know, you should have told me the day before that you were going to do this. It's like, it was like, no, literally I decided that morning that I really needed to just take the day off because I'd been working myself like crazy, you know? It's like, they're my sick days. I can use them how I want. Yeah, I don't know what this whole fixation on my headphones thing is, but he has been. Okay. I'm in basically accounts, basically accounting. I'm in the accounting department. I say accounting department, but I also am like help out with. I'm not in sales, but I help out with the two people who are in sales constantly. It's a big, like, I do a lot. Basically, anytime anyone needs an Excel spreadsheet, like, he complained one time that, like, I mean, also when I took the mental health day, it's because I had basically worked like crazy to complete a project that last year took, 2 months of constant back and forth work, and then I had to do it in literally like 4 days, and then I took a mental health day, and that was like apparently, apparently what I did was just plugging numbers into a spreadsheet, not actually like, doing a whole bunch of other stuff, so it's like, yeah, so I do a bunch of stuff. Like, I honestly, and it doesn't help that I'm being incredibly underpaid, if I'm going to be completely honest. Now, there was some crunch time that was like, I had already done a good chunk of it. It carried over, but it was still like, people went back and forth for 2 months, and I had time to, tinker and be careful, and also, within those 2 months, it would have been like a bunch of other activities that I was doing. But it was like, I literally put everything off and crunched down, and I got mad at me that I didn't complete other things. It was just weird. Like, I am still mad about that conversation, and then I screwed up because he was gone, and I left like 15 minutes early because I had to go do something, and I didn't mention it, and he came back basically, as far as I can tell, just after I left. So he was like, where were you? Even though he said he wasn't going to be back in time so for me to lock up. But he ended up making it back in time, and I wasn't there, and he was so mad about that. And I apologized, but as I put it earlier in the stream, I recognize I made a mistake, and I apologize. I should have told someone, or I should have mentioned it, or sent him an email, or called him, on his phone, or something. So I did screw up in that respect, because I needed to do something important. I've been having a lot of adulting to do, and I had to go do something. Like, I had other stuff to do that day, so it was just like, I needed to leave a tiny bit early. And it's not like I haven't done this before, so it's not like, I haven't asked in the past. And he's always been okay with it, which is why I didn't really think it would be that big of a deal. But I also didn't expect him to be back, before that point. So it was just kind of like, whatever, I made the executive decision. And he was so mad, and as I put it, I'm like, and as I put it earlier in the stream, yeah, I screwed up, but he didn't need to treat me like a petulant child who was like taking advantage of him, his kindness or something like that. Or trying to sneak out, it's like, no, so there's just been a lot of junk like that lately where I've just been like, it's like, yeah. What's funny is this isn't the first time that this has happened. It's actually why I rarely misbehave, because I honestly am always caught every time I do something slightly wrong. Because like one other time I did that, and that other time he was not nearly as pissed. And that's how I know something's up, because it's all like just the difference between the last time I did this. It just, and this time was not, So I'm just so done. Like, part of me is just like, okay, so we got that. Sword's close to dead, so is the knife, so I still need this on me. Let's put this away. Put that back. Cool, making more charcoal. That'll be good. I keep grabbing the wrong one. Oh well. So yeah. So I'm just really kind of I'm just getting tired of kind of being a punching bag. For my boss. So I can't make any more stuff until this is done. it's actually getting kind of dayish. No, 100%. Like, that's the thing. I 100% think that's the case. As I was kind of saying earlier, we lost a few big clients, and another one is currently up for, like, review. Like, they're, like, reviewing... They put out a bid, which means, like, you have to put in your pricing, and you're actually competing against other people. And so because of that, I think he's, he's nervous about that. Not going through and us having to, losing that client as well. We've lost 2 big clients recently, 3 if you count one from 2 years ago, which he's still upset about. We've gotten one new big client, and the other one has, like, a connection to where you might get, like, another one, because it's, like, the plants... So basically, one company just changed up their system to where they don't need our product anymore. What we sell is urea, which is used to reduce nitrous oxide emissions in power plants and coal plants and other stuff. But we do also sell it basically. So we sell it for industrial use mostly, which does have some other, uses. Like, I know someone uses it for some confidential product that we don't actually know what it's used for. That kind of stuff. So, and I know there's some other person who, actually, what's funny is I think we had to sign an NDA for this, but I feel like they just, like, use it to, I think it was something like to impregnate wood for some other purpose. Basically they just soak it in urea and then they do something else with it. I'm just like, why do we have to sign an NDA for that? That's why, I think the whole company was just like that, rather than, like, oh, well, you have to sign an NDA, work with us. It's like, okay. You are EA. Fun fact, urea is also a very big part of urine. It's actually how your body excretes nitrogen. And know that it's not where they get it. I actually, when I first got there, I thought they probably had some way of extracting it from like waste treatment plants. But no, apparently they just make it. Hi, bear. Bear, I don't taste good. Bear. Why does it have to be a freaking brown bear? Fuck. Or grizzly bear. Oh yeah, I used a thing, so I spawn at base now. Yeah. Yeah, but apparently it's... I thought they extracted it from, like, waste treatment plants when I first, started working there. But no, apparently it's just made using natural gas. Like, it's like you react natural gas with stuff to make urea. And that's the main way they get it. Which makes sense. It's probably easier than extracting it from other substances. And you can probably get a lot more pure just by making it from something simpler, like a gas. So, yeah. Yeah. So, we sell that. That's literally the only product we sell. We sell it to and we are branching out. I mean, the boss's son is looking to branch out into, and I'm trying not to use names. I say Mr. C because that's a very generic, okay, that's what I call him. I don't know why that's just what what he likes to be called, so that's what I call him. But that's such a generic, Mr. C is such a generic, you know, Mr. plus letter. Yeah, you're not going to figure out who I'm talking about with that. So the boss's son, though, is, okay, keep an eye out for bears. Thankfully, the bears tend to, like, leave very quickly after... Oh, I think my meal washed away. I think if you drop a meal into water, it disperses. Unfortunate. That means I don't have food. I'm missing some... Oh, there. Shovel. There we go. There we go. Bar put back in order. Okay. That's what I thought. Get wrecked, fool. Why, thank you, mysterious DMer. Anyway, yeah. Let's see. So he's just doing a thing because he's basically decided that to do... Oh, yeah, that's what I was doing. I need to collect my arrows. Or I can, at least. He's deciding to do, like, an all-or-nothing thing, where, like, not everyone is willing to use a camera, so he's deciding to do, like, PNGs things. He'd prefer everyone to use a camera, but he also, like... And honestly, I'm planning to do something similar when I run games. It's like... I'm going to require people to, you know, obviously have voice. Honestly, I'm really excited for when I can, start doing... I just need work to calm down a tiny bit. Like, I was very close to being ready. Ooh. Mysterious cave entrance. Like, I was so close to being ready to run a game, and then suddenly work just took a downward spiral. I don't know, when work stops being hell. Okay, let's head back, because one, I was actually going to go mining, but I forgot my mining bag. Two, I need food. Otherwise, my character is going to starve. And three, I need... Yeah, that's right, you better run. Yeah, that's what I thought. Get wrecked, wolf. Stupid wolves. I hate wolves more than bears. Honestly, bears, as long as you get the right... As long as you get to a good spot, are generally pretty easy to fight. Because they're bigger, they tend to have a little bit harder time getting to you if you get in certain positions. But wolves are always trash. And they tend to also spawn in packs, so you can sometimes get attacked by, like, multiple. Bears are always alone, although bears also do way more damage. Whatever, I'll just take you. Yeah. But yeah, I have some plans. I've been planning for a bit. I've decided to also plan to do modules in the future. So honestly, at this point, the real hard part is going to be finding a group. So I'll end up doing some adventure modules when the time comes. So I have that one game I prepped, but also to prevent myself from having to take a bunch of time to prep games, I might just start doing adventure modules, which are basically just things other people have made, adventures other people have made. And it'll be kind of fun, because then I can review them at the end, which is also another piece of content I could make. So I think it'll be neat. Like, I might actually make some non-stream content reviewing whatever game I run. Or I'll do it on stream and just do, like, a section and then separate it out outside of the stream. Make some... Oh, put some onions away. There we go. Yeah, so... the idea of using slightly more edited content is neat. Yeah, well, I plan to stream the games as well. Okay, so let's actually get the mining bag. Let's make sure I have ladders as well. Okay, I need to make more ladders. That is fine. Because I'm starting to get to the point where I have far too many sticks. Oh yeah, food. That's the other thing I need. There we go. Might as well grab the last one, actually. So I have another thing to go if I need it. Now we'll go and do some mining. I really need to fix the way this entrance works, because currently I get stuck on the snow. I also really do need to make some more lamelles. Die. Where'd that even go? I'll find it in the summer. Okay. Yes. I don't know why, but my background noise cancellation thing wasn't working before stream, so yeah, that's why you're hearing fan noises. Decided, you know what, or air conditioning noises, and I decided, you know what, it's not worth taking 20 minutes to figure out what's going wrong, so instead, I'm going to just start. I can figure it out after. So you're gonna hear some air conditioning noise. It should be pretty quiet though, but you'll probably just hear it faintly in the background. Of course, me pointing it out probably doesn't help you not hear it. Oh yeah, let me delete this. I don't need to know where I died. I'm fully aware that I'm a failure. I already have this, but not what I meant to do. Before this stuff freezes over, I might as well grab some of it. I don't know why it's so warm in this area. Because I've been heading north, which means it should be getting colder. Unless... No, I thought... Okay. So the way the world works, because it's Minecraft-like and goes on... Funny enough, this game doesn't go on infinitely. They actually have a set border to the world, so your world can actually only be so big. Although it's still ridiculously big, so it's not really like you're going to use every inch of it. But they have it so it's like, you start at like temperate, then you go north to cold, and then if you keep going north, you'll hit temperate again, and if you keep going north, you'll hit desert. Whereas if you go south from temperate, you'll hit desert, and then you'll keep going south, you'll hit temperate, and then you'll hit cold. So it's like you'll so kind of like layers on itself. I'm thinking that maybe it can start backwards, which might be why I'm gonna want you on the bar, which might be what's going on, but I'm not certain of that. Oh wait, we have some coal here. I really shouldn't mind that. This is a very interesting thing. It's literally quartz, coal, lead. This is a pretty interesting. So the one game I'm planning on running is the one game I made. Is kind of more of... It's supposed to be a short episodic thing where it's only a few sessions. The idea is that some weird stuff is going on in a forest and you need to figure it out. Turns out some evil dragon is trying to do something. Figure that out very quickly. It's not like it's a long game. It's a short game. So yeah, it's kind of like, they're druids of the forest, and the premise is that a town's been under attack, and the people think that the people of the town think that the druids are the problem. But it's pretty immediately obvious that they're not, although players might be players and still attack or kill them anyway. Who knows? That's the fun thing about RPGs. You never know what kind of people you're gonna get. Unless they're your friends, in which case they will. Yeah, so that's the general idea. Yeah. Google Docs? Tabletop role-playing games are kind of, you know... like that. You more write up a plot and the players can be like, something. Yeah, I mean, I do I do a mixture. The way I like to DM games is to do a mixture of like session to session planning and like overall planning. So things may change depending on how the players interact with the plot, but in general I have basically a decent amount of stuff that will happen regardless. But you know, I might change the way something happens if the players do something particularly interesting. Okay, I've got some coal and stuff. Let's actually mine the copper. Actually, did I mine all the copper over here already? Die, Shiver. I might have mined all this copper already, actually. Oh, I remember. Yeah, and then I'd come over here, and then there was more, like, up over here somewhere? Or did I have to go... Oh, yep, here we are. Here's where more is. Oh, yeah, there was still a lot more. Oh, yeah. Depends on the game, but generally there's a selection of classes, you know, like rogue, wizard, sorcerer, monk, swashbuckler, it's necromancer, etc. And then players just pick and build in that kind of way. In general, basic... I mean, there is a difference in how you design for people. You know, it's very much designing for improv, as weird as that sounds. It's like you're planning for things to go off the rails, but you still have to plan. So, like, the way you design is kind of different from person to person for that reason. In fact, I'm someone who has... I've developed a very solid way in my mind how to plan session to session. But part of the reason I'm kind of trying to plan my own games is because I need to get better at designing games from the bottom up a little bit more. Honestly, as many as you want, but or as few as you want. You can go from 1 to 50. Generally, though, 50 you don't generally do more than. The average, though, is 4 to 6. I personally like 3 to 4, but yeah, the average party in games tends to be 4 to 6 players. In my Saturday game, there are 8. In Tentis's game, there are 4. yeah. And, like, certain parts you plan are entirely based off, it's been good. I'm enjoying it. I'm coming out of my shell a little bit more, I feel like. Just, you know, I am quite shy. You know, it's like, it's funny how streaming just feels so different than, you know, like actually, you know, interacting with people. So it's like, yeah, I have, you know, so I'm starting to figure out the group though a little bit more and stepping out a little bit more, which is nice. I'll get there. Do need to keep an eye on this down here. Yes. I mean, it kind of depends on the person, to be honest. There are some people who kind of don't write anything down and just wing it. I actually have been kind of like that, but I've been trying to plan a little bit more. In the past, I've been like that, but I kind of want to plan more because I feel like it'll be better for stream content to actually really have a plot written down. But I need to figure out how to do that without wasting my time. Because, like I said, players can go very much off the rails, which can actually waste a lot of your time if you're just someone who's, you know, wings it. My plots tend to be, here are some notes of things that will happen up at, you know, and now I'm like, okay, let's actually write stuff out, have a full-fledged idea of what's going on in the background. But yeah, it's generally a lot of work. Being the DM of a game or GM of a game, can be quite a lot of work. But I do find it fun, which is why I want to do it again, and why I'm kind of annoyed that... Because, funny thing is, if I were to find a group of players, I probably could run, you know, even with work being crazy. The problem is I need to, like, find people. Like, I basically only have one person, Tantus, who's, like, anywhere near, or who I could, like, actually feel like it would work out with me just, you know, getting that stuff with him. What am I saying? Oh, yeah, with him, like, I feel like I can get him as long as, like, his life isn't too crazy. I could definitely get him into a game. I don't really have anyone else, so I'm going to have to search for people. But searching for people is, especially if I want to try and find people who are willing to be on stream content, there are a few ways to go about that. One is basically just to advertise that, you know, you're going to be making stream content, so the people should be prepared for that. Although that tends to attract... I find in the past, when I've done that, you tend to get people who aren't as... First off, you get a lot fewer people, because I think just people don't like role-playing, don't like the idea of role-playing on a stream, because there's something... I mean, it's kind of like acting, you know? Like, and if you're not comfortable acting, you might, you know, not want to act in front of people. And I get that. Then you've got the side where you get... I mean, yes. So, yes and no. It really depends. If you're doing a longer game, yes. Oh, well, okay. So, players can do what they want, but in general, you'll probably want to be like, hey, make characters that align with this kind of goal. So, it can at least, but yes, that kind of goal may differ. Why they align with that kind of goal may differ from person to person, which is... Yeah. So yeah, that's a way to go about it, and not a bad way to think about it either. But yeah, the goal can differ. But the goals can differ as long as they align with the plot, you know? Again, it really depends on the kind of thing you're doing. There are a lot of, I don't know, it's really hard to explain how all of that works. Because there's a lot of nuance. It also depends on the people. Because, like, different people want different things out of D&D. I mean, there's a whole thing about, like, player archetypes, where it's all like, oh, okay, so, is your player a rules lawyer who likes to, you know, crunch the rules and make, you know, things kind of, and, you know, likes to know the rules and use them to their advantage, versus other people who are like, oh, are they a storyteller who wants to find the plot, or are they an actor who likes to roleplay their character? They don't care what the plot is as long as they get to, you know, make their character shine. You know, and obviously people can be mixtures of these, and so, you know, this is kind of the idea that, like, a lot of the game, you can, but yeah, I tend not to focus on the players until I have the players. It's hard to say, like, okay, I'm gonna build it so this kind of player can get this kind of thing. Yes, you can, but generally, if you don't know what players are gonna have, it's kind of hard to prepare for them. So generally, I don't, like, I basically say, hey, if it's a short game, like, you know, 1 to 5 sessions, then generally I'll be like, hey, you guys need a line to have this kind of goal. If it's longer, I actually tend to be a bit more freeform and be like, hey, as long as you guys need to discuss amongst yourselves what kind of characters you want to make, so that way you don't clash. But otherwise, I don't care. That's if it's a more freeform game that will be like, you know, last up to a year. Or like, yeah, a year or more. So it depends on like how long you plan to run, what kind of, you know. Yeah, so planning for characters is a thing, but generally there are rules to handle that for a reason. Also, the game. Oh, fun. Hold on. Gotta ban a person. Ban. There we go. Okay, I'll come back to this. Because, if you notice the screen going a bit glitchy, that's because I'm getting, my temporal stability is getting very low. Being deep underground in this game gets your temporal stability. I need to figure out how to get up. There it is. So you need to get to the surface. Okay. I don't know what I got. I don't like them. I actually figured out what those things are called. They're called bells. And they bring other creatures to you. It honestly, in some ways, is and isn't. You almost just have to get used to it. But yeah, I mean, the best, because, like, basically the best way to learn how to do it is to just do it. You're never going to be a good GM your first time. No, yeah, no, that was a creature called a bell, which summons other creatures to it to attack you. They're dangerous. I have not fought one yet. I mean, another way to also learn, and this is a thing, is to actually play in games too. So, like, watching games also can help. So if you're like, honestly, if you want to like learn about RPGs, I'd recommend Tales of the Stinky Dragon. It's a podcast. It's a live play or not live play, but it's a play podcast. It's a D&D play podcast. Yeah, actually playing does help. I 100% agree. Yeah, part of me is also considered just running some games off stream just to kind of, test some stuff out. But I definitely want to run on stream if I can. Definitely nearing the end of stream. I might end when I get back to base. Because it's nearing... Yeah, we're about at 1:30. My alarm's going to go off here any second now. That's not my alarm to stop streaming, it's my alarm to defrost things, but generally I try and stop somewhere around or before then. Okay, before I end. Hi, Fox. Hi, tree. Hi, cranberry bush. Why am I saying hi to things? I don't know. I just decided to. Oh, this appears to be done. Yeah. Here's that alarm. I'll do this real fast. Yeah, and I do know I need to go over the stuff for the character. I've been thinking about it. I just haven't written down my thoughts. I just want to make sure I have all the... I need to like really sit down. Generally, I have time on Sundays to do that, which is why I've been doing that on Sundays a lot lately. So we'll probably do that later today. I've just got some stuff to do between then and now. So I don't know if it was related to that. That's the only thing I can think of is the fact that I need to tell you what aspects to include on my character on the character reference. Okay. Yeah, I thought that might have been on your mind. Yeah, so I do have some thoughts. I know the two, what did I say? Yeah, the tail, the... Oh, the tail, the pattern, and I was just thinking the eyes and the feet, and I'll explain why and what I want with that in a thing, but that's kind of what I settled on, but I just need to write it down. I didn't have much time yesterday, but that's when I really went through and thought about it. So I'll get that to you today. Okay, putting everything away. Dang. Okay. Thank you all very much for watching. If you liked, you can follow. If you really liked, you can subscribe. If you need more convincing... I don't know what that means. If you need more convincing, I should be here tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. PDT. And if you're on YouTube, you can like, comment, and subscribe. If you need more convincing, you can check out another video up here. Until next time, bye.